One of the questions I had for you is because you were talking about learning from people that you want to be like millionaires, reading books they've written.
Right.
And I think that's very valuable. But I think one thing I heard, which I kind of resonated with, is a lot of times people who are in their start, like maybe they haven't invested before, will listen to millionaires who are already way up there, right? And try to imitate what they're doing currently at their stage, when in reality, it might be better to look at someone who's maybe just a year or two ahead of you and seeing what they're doing, because they're closer to your stage than the people who are at the top, right? So I was curious because out of all of my friends, I think you have a big potential to achieve the goals that you want to achieve, like, good wealth, stuff like that, right? So I'm curious. Yeah. I think it could be valuable for you to say what you're currently doing right now, because obviously you're not at the top of where you want to be yet, but you're on the path, right? So maybe someone who's just starting out can kind of see what you're doing, because you're probably like maybe 1 or 2 years ahead of them, right? And get value from that and like keep moving that goalpost to higher and higher like advice, right? So like, what are you currently doing right now to achieve your long-term goals?
So that's a great question. So what I'm doing right now and what I've been working on doing, it's really tough, but I've been working every week to get better and better, is I've been working on establishing habits and creating those habits into a routine and really changing not who I am, but how I operate. Because I feel like on a day-to-day basis, if you're trying to be somebody who's getting up and going to earn that bread, right? You really have to have the habits of people who do get up and do go out and earn that bread. So I've been trying to be healthier. I've been trying to get more sleep. I've been trying to read more books. I've been trying to take my mind away from technology. I've been really good at reducing my social media intake. I feel like social media, it's cool. We like seeing what other people are up to, but it's not going to benefit you in any way. It's really not. Unless you're watching some of these guys that are, doing some positive things and are teaching you how to become a millionaire, then sure, seeing some of their social media stuff could be a little impactful. But I've been trying to reduce that. And what I've also been trying to do is I've also been really trying to clear my mind of the challenging thoughts of, oh, well, this is really hard, changing of my habits, or I don't want to get up and I don't want to do this, right? I'm trying to reprogram my brain to activate those thoughts into actions of actually doing what I don't want to do, right? So when I feel like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, right? Going like, you know what? Because you just thought that, because you're like, well, I don't want to go to the gym. Now we're getting up and we're going to the gym right now.
Oh, interesting.
Like it's all a thought game, If you can understand your thoughts and force yourself to go the route in which it's going to be painful. You don't want to go to the gym, right?
So you kind of use every time you have a thought, like, I don't want to do this, you use that as a signal that you should probably do it.
Exactly. Yeah. Gosh. Which it sounds like it's the obvious thing to do, but you're like, well, okay, I know I need to go to the gym today. I know I need to go to the gym today. I know I need to go to the gym today. Well, why haven't you gone to the gym yet? Well, because there's been other things that you're like, well, I'd rather sit down and do this, right? Why would you rather do that? Maybe it's the problem is that you're over consuming that thing, right? Maybe it's like, well, I'd rather sit down and watch a bunch of YouTube, instead of get up and go tire myself out, right? But why? So why is that? Why are you sitting down and watching YouTube all day? Maybe you just need to take that out of the picture, right? Eliminate your YouTube use. Yeah. So it's really just pulling distractors out of your life so that you can really focus in on what you need to do.
I really like that idea of kind of going against what your mind's initially saying, because I'll be at the gym, for example, and like the first 2 or 3 exercises I'm doing, I'm just thinking, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to do this. And it's kind of ruining the workout, right? And then I get to a point where I'm like, I don't have to keep thinking these thoughts, right? Like right now I'm just letting my brain kind of go on autopilot, and it's easy to just be like, because working out can be painful or like tiring, right? So it's easy to let my thoughts just go to, oh, this is tiring, I don't want to do this. But if you like consciously think like, I don't have to agree with these thoughts, I don't have to let them dictate how I feel right now, and then just like try actively to think, okay, well, I'm working out anyway, so I might as well try to have a good workout. So maybe my next set, I'm going to try to really like focus on my form instead of thinking how
Right.
tired I am or something like that. So I think there's a lot of
Exactly,
value in
yeah.
just not having to abide by everything your thoughts are saying at the moment.
Yeah, don't let your thoughts overcome your reality, you know? Be able to sit there and be like, I want to do this because I know it's going to be a good investment and a good positive impact for me in the future. I might not want to do it now, but future me, I always think about future me. If future me saw what present me is doing now, is he going to be disappointed or is he going to be glad? And a lot of times when it's disappointed, I know that I got to get up and I got to do what future me wants me to do. Because they say that hell is, like, true hell is when you meet what the perfect you would have been.
Oh, wow.
And you realize that you are far from it. That is like the most excruciating thing you could ever experience. And I don't want to be like that. I don't know what perfect me would look like, but I'm at least going to try to become perfect me.
Yeah.
So those are just some of the things that I've been trying to do now to really just get myself into habits, get myself going the right path. And
it
it's
sounds
really
like
hard.
you're trying to set a baseline of how you operate so that it's similar to how a lot of these successful people operate, so that you already kind of have the actions down and like the habits down, so then you could just start working on the more technical stuff with becoming wealthy.
Exactly.